Welcome, I'm Fausto Carnevale, International Tax Consultant, and today we will see why Belgium is still a great country to move if you are a consultant, and I will give you a practical example how, of course, this is not a specific tax simulation, but I will tell you more or less how much taxes you will pay if you move to Belgium in 2024. So before starting the video, we are an accounting firm based in Italy and in Brussels. It's a long tradition. It's more than 30 years that my family work in the taxes, in the accounting. I also now live in Belgium because I moved to Brussels, as I always say, as an experience abroad, and now I also opened my accounting firm in Brussels. We operate in 2 countries. What we did in the previous video, if you saw already, we also had some partnership with other accountants in all over Europe, in Albania, in Portugal. But today I would like to come back to Belgium because we talked about in those last months about Italy, about the tax regimes. You can have a look. You will see a lot of videos. I also talked last time about the electronic invoice, which is super important if you want to sell to Italy. Today we will see instead why Belgium is still good, especially, of course, if you have a company. If you are an employee and you are curious about how much would it be your net income, it is better to do this simulation before you move to Belgium and not after, because Belgium is, as you know, higher. It's a country with a higher. The salary are taxed very, very bad. That's why people then move and start working as independent, and that is also why they open a company, a unipersonal company. What it can be translated is a company with only one shareholder. So this is the practical way if you want to move to Belgium to continue your own business. If you make a step back, you know the Forfait Regime in Italy and the Unwanted regime. This is not a company, is yourself as a VAT number. So work as a freelance. In Belgium, to open a company, you can still work as a freelance. Let's say it doesn't change nothing. You work for a company abroad Belgium, you still can do it. And you invoice without adding the VAT if you work for a company. Business to business, I remind you that you do not apply the VAT if you sell B2B. If you sell B2C, then that is another issue that maybe we can say in another video. So, what can I say? If you open a company in Belgium, the practical scheme to use is that you can have basically a 20 or 25% tax on the company, called ESOC in Belgium, which is I'm saying in French, in English is the revenue, the taxes, the revenue tax on the profit, net profit, 20 or 25%, depends how much are you going to make. Then the good thing is that you can deduct still in Belgium, a lot of costs, especially compared to other countries like Italy. And the great thing is that you do not pay. You can avoid the social contribution, giving you a pay slip with a salary. What I normally ask to my clients before opening an SRL is just how much do you need? Why? Because you can then use the SRL to refund you a lot of expenses. For instance, you can use an SRL to refund you a part of your renting, to buy the furniture for your office, to buy you the car, and then now in 2024 we still have this rule. After 3 years, you can have the dividends tax at 15%. The normally taxes on dividend is 30%. Still in 2024, I remind you that there is no capital gain if you sell your company in Belgium. If you want to move to Belgium medium long term, you can use the SRL also as a way to invest your money. You can do some investments via your bank. You can, with the company, pay you already a little bit of money for your retirement. You can do insurances. So you can do whatever you want, of course limited to your business activity. As I always say, you can also pay sometimes some lunches or dinner with your company, but of course you cannot pay everything with the money of your company. This is because actually then those costs won't be deducted, so you will pay a higher taxes. And then also the second thing is that you don't have a way to see yourself in a strategic position. You don't see the company in a strategic position to actually make money, because what you are doing you are only spending money to avoid the taxes. With a tax simulation, we can, by the way, estimate your gross versus net income. But if you want to move to Europe, consider that in Italy you have the Forfait Regime, which is quite good if you earn less than 85,000 euro per year. Instead, it's once you get 85,000 per year, it is better to move abroad. In Belgium, you can also have the royalties, especially if you are working as a journalist. If you are creating content for another company, it's quite easy to get a small percentage paid as a royalties. It's not super hard. Of course, we will follow you. We will do the procedure for you, but it's feasible. I give you some example of my clients, so maybe you can see yourself in those kind of situation. I have clients who are lawyers, attorney that open SRL, people who work for the NATO, who basically are people who are contractor, so they work as independent, people who are informatician, IT guys or IT girls, of course they working in the IT, software engineer, which is not my field, so sometimes I get confused. We have graphic designers. I also have people, 2 journalists, for instance. Still this year, I get 2 new clients, 2 journalists, and they are making good money. And consider this in Belgium. You can be an employee and an independent worker, as we said in French, complémentaire. Complementary, or in addition, you can be freelance. We can be employee and freelance. The social contribution, okay, today I talked about the SRL, the limited responsibility company. The social contribution, then it depends on top of the salary that you want to assign yourself. Just to conclude the video, and I say to you, if you have some questions, you can book a preliminary call via the link in the description. But if you don't open the SRL and you start as independent, in Belgium we don't have the unwanted regime or forfait regime, so you won't have the tax brackets. We also did a video about the tax brackets in Belgium, but unfortunately the bad thing is that we have to pay the social contribution. And for instance, just to make you an example, which I did for another client, if you earn 10,000 per month gross, you will end up paying 4,300 euro per quarter, sorry, not trimester. So you see, it's very, very expensive, the social contribution. Now, if you think, no, the social contribution will be my retiring, but it's not the truth, because it's better to invest your money than to give the money to the governments. I hope that you think like me, but anyway, if you plan to move to Belgium, do not hesitate to book a preliminary consultancy call. I remind you that the preliminary consultancy call is the only way to contact us. We do not give free advice offline, let's say. You can describe us your case in email, and we will do a 15, 30 minute or 1 hour call. I hope that you can watch this video again, share with your friends who want to move to Belgium, and until next time, Fausto Carnevale, enjoy your staying in Europe.